Now, how many of you remember what you wanted to be when you were 10? All right. Now, how many pursued that dream? I can tell you right now, I'm not a professional tennis player. But Lieutenant Franklin Roberson is exactly where he said he wanted to be. Lieutenant Roberson, a Newport News Public Schools graduate, has traveled from Pennsylvania to be here today to share his story.
Good afternoon. Thank you, sir. As I stand before you today, you may see my glory, but you don't know my story. You see, I'm a product of Section 8, welfare, and a mother who had to serve as a mother and father figure in my life. I'll be honest and tell you, it wasn't easy growing up in downtown Newport News. We lived in Stewart Gardens, Ridley Circle, and Harbor Homes, to name a few. I remember at one point she called the homeless shelter on 25th Street to try to get us in there. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, so I went to go live with my aunt while she and my sister stayed with my grandparents. But not all storms in your life come to wreak havoc and destroy. Some storms come to clear a path and make room for your future blessings. Because of those storms, I was a prime candidate for an achievable dream. I remember bringing home the acceptance letter back in 1994. It was a fairly new program at the time, meaning there was no proven track record of success. But my mom said yes and allowed me to attend because she had faith. She had faith in the Newport News public school system. She had faith in all those educators who believed in me. She had faith in Walter Siegeloff's vision. As you can see, in the end, it all worked out because of his plan. For he said, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans for you to prosper and not harm you, plans that will give you hope and a future." At this time, I would like to acknowledge my mom, who's in the audience with me today. So fast forward a couple of years, I began to excel at an achievable dream. I was a recipient of the Mayor's Outstanding Youth Award for 2 years. Around that time, an achievable dream interviewed a group of students to go over their goals in life. You know, the typical, what do you want to be when you grow up? How has the program impacted you? So in a few seconds, we're going to show a snippet from that video. I want you to keep in mind that this video is from over 20 years ago. It's very short. Don't blink or you might miss it.
My dream is to become an aerospace engineer or a civil engineer.
My dream is to go into the military and become a mechanical engineer. My dream is to become
For those that blink, I said my dream is to go into the military and become a mechanical engineer. Now you can probably tell from my uniform that I'm in the military. To be more specific, I'm a lieutenant in the United States Navy, Supply Corps. Now, if I were to tell you to take a guess of what degree I earned when I graduated from the United States Naval Academy, what would you say? If you guessed mechanical engineering, you are correct. Now, those were two specific goals: to become a mechanical engineer, which I accomplished when I graduated from the United States Naval Academy, one of the toughest institutions in the nation. And that also served as the commissioning source for my second goal, to go into the military. I enjoy what I do. There's no greater love than this, that one will lay down his life for the life of another. I'm currently living out my dream because people like you who believed in me. I've traveled all over the world on a plane, submarine, and aircraft carrier, but it gives me great pleasure to tell people that I'm from the city of Newport News, because this is the city where people believe. And now you know my story. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Roberson, for your service to our country and for sharing your story with us. Now, that's the kind of student we graduate from Newport News Public Schools. Students